Let's talk ground school. I didn't realize how many tests there were going to be. And comes the big reveal. Let's talk ground school. It is something that I knew I had to do, but I didn't realize how many tests there were going to be in order to get your private pilot license. And you learn all of this stuff in the ground school. The one that I chose was a pretty popular one, I think, in Canada called Harv's Ground School. I've heard that name many times at the club with new students coming in. I liked it. It wasn't super expensive, and it covered obviously all of the material to be able to take the test. The videos that I've been watching, they take a long time. You know, you can't just skip ahead to the most relevant material. Sometimes you have to listen to the bad jokes on the video rather than skipping ahead. A lot of those videos that I was watching, each segment would be an hour to an hour and a half. I would do it while I was working out. I would do it while I was, you know, just before going to bed. I would watch the videos and take the tests. You know, if I had a few spare minutes throughout the day, lounging outside, wherever I could possibly watch these videos, I started watching them. Not the most interesting way to spend, let's say, a nice bright sunny Saturday afternoon in order to pass the, you know, all of the tests that you have.
So let's imagine again that the wind is coming from this direction.
So I've been doing a lot of online pilot training, and I think I have done somewhere around 34 hours of it, which would be a long time to sit at a desk. I've gotten around to doing it while I work out a little bit. There's quizzes between each of the modules. So the ones where I sat at the desk and kind of paid attention the whole time, my scores were really good. Sometimes I lift weights or stretch or work out or something while I'm listening to the presentation. At the quiz, those scores are not so good. So I guess this is why most people don't study in this way, but for me to sit there for an hour listening to a presentation is just way too much sitting around. I'm 60% done. There hasn't been a lot of video recording of this stuff just because it's not super interesting. Go from the bookwork, getting up into the sky. That's really what I'm looking forward to. Back to work. All right, so the way this goes is you watch the presentation, then there's kind of like a video of showing the procedures in real life, and then you take a quiz. So kind of the most stressful part. Here we go. I'm gonna take off my gloves, get serious about this. It's only 5 questions. I find I get them wrong if I go too fast, and if I take more time to read them, I usually have a better success rate. Let's see how this goes. First couple of questions were more common sense. Third question, where there could be a couple of right answers, and you have to kind of pick the most right one. And I've changed my first guess to a different one. That never works out well. And the last one, I actually know the answer to. You submit all of your answers, and comes the big reveal. I got 2 of them wrong. So you can reattempt the quiz because it's just a quiz, and check the answers that you got wrong, see what the problem is. So the one that I had thought, put my answer down and then changed it, was right. I really have to stop doing that. I finish my review, and then I take the test again to see if I improve my score. And the questions actually stay the same. Some of the answers change locations, so if the right answer was A in the first one, it could be C in the next one. So you do have to reread them, and it's actually a pretty good review.
2,000 years later.
Submit. And success! I passed my quiz with 100%. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more studying, a little bit more reading on this one before I take the actual test. Making the mistakes, I think a lot of cases actually helps you learn better. Kind of forced me to go through all of it twice, rather than if I had have gotten, you know, all of the answers correct on the first one. So I think this is gonna work out well. Just before you actually demonstrate that you can fly a plane, you still need to demonstrate that you have all of the theoretical knowledge and, you know, everything else you need to know to become a private pilot's license, to get your private pilot license. I'm gonna go back to saying PPL.